Alright, Jimmy here with the 2015 Wrangler Sport. I hope you can hear me. These things are leaking water from air conditioning and from the cowl when it rains. It rained really heavy here this weekend, and we had water standing in the floor, a couple of inches worth of it. You could bury your hand underwater. Anyway, the carpet has, it comes out pretty easy. It's tucked up under the trim there and all the way around back to the seat, and there's little studs that poke through the carpet you need to know about. They're threaded studs, and they have these little plastic things that they unthread. They come off. I broke one learning that. Anyway, there's one under the middle of the seat and a few up, maybe three elsewhere around the perimeter of the carpet. Comes out pretty easy. Oh, and these drain plugs are kind of neat. They just you just pinch them and they come out. Anyway, that's helping a lot, but they didn't seem to think about putting those holes in a low spot. Anyway, this cowl, you have to figure out how it comes off. There are two T30 Torx on the passenger side and two more over on the driver's side, and the parts you can't find out anywhere is these plastic brackets here. They got a little pop-off plastic thing, and I just put my favorite flat screwdriver underneath it, and I pried it up hoping that those plastic pieces would not break, and I got lucky. They didn't break. You have to get the wiper arms off first, and none of the examples on the internet seem to look at this model 2015. I don't know how much this covers, but you have to pry them off after you got to get these wiper arms off. And the way that I did it was to put a big flat blade screwdriver underneath the wiper arm after you take this nut off. There's a nut right here, I think it's 1/2 inch. And then you put a flat blade screwdriver underneath it on the opposite side of the stud from the arm itself. And I gave it a pry, gritting my teeth hoping nothing broke, but it came off nicely on both sides. You get that off, then you can get this cowl off, and I flooded this thing with the garden hose, and water runs out all over the place. Water runs out down here between the tire and the front wheel. It runs out in the beginning of the front door, and it runs out towards the end of the rear door, the rear of the front door, and it does the same thing on the driver's side. So I don't know exactly how the leak is getting into the carpet. It's probably got to do with just having moisture in the cowl in there somewhere, and it's either leaking out into the carpet out of the air conditioning thing through the evaporator, or maybe when the fan comes on it draws it in. I don't know. But what I wanted to show was how that arm and cowl comes off. When you put the cowl back on, there is these little rectangular slots. There's one that's right about the center of the windshield, and there's one that is a little closer to the driver. I guess I'm going to have to put those arms in there first and then drop the cowl down and then put the wiper arms back on. Alright, Jimmy out.